Folks, it's Wally the Scam-Sniffing Wiener Dog, and today I am going to demonstrate how the government approaches a simple problem. We have a bathtub full of water, and you have the choice of using a spoon, a cup, or a bucket to empty the tub. Which would you use? Naturally, even a simple wiener dog knows the best way is to simply pull the plug, but watch what happens when the government gets involved. We are currently faced with the problem of how to drain the bathtub. Our choices are a spoon, cup, and bucket. Why don't we use all three? Yes, that seems like a good idea. We, of course, will have to take bids on the various components and go with the lowest bid.
We also have to hire people to perform the tasks such as a spoon team, a cup team, and a bucket team. We will also have to train them. Contact human resources.
We will also have to contact the environmental department to determine how to dispose of the water once we get it into the bucket. Very well. It looks like we have a plan. Now we just have to take our plan to finance for the funding. As you can see, we have the making of a scam and a potential waste of taxpayer dollars. I think it is time to nip this one in the bud and pull the plug on this one. Time to pull the plug. I don't like government waste. Here, waste this. Simple problems can become complicated when the government gets involved. Sometimes simple problems have simple solutions. I wonder who is going to clean up this mess. Just saying, until next time, this is Wally the Scam-Sniffing Wiener Dog saying goodbye. Hi folks, this is Wallie the Scam-Sniffing Wiener Dog. Today we are going to visit a doctor and find out about health insurance. I smell a scam. Hi, Doctor. I am Wallie the Scam-Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I am here to teach the folks about health insurance. Well, Wallie, health insurance is definitely a scam. Let's say as a doctor, you charge $1 for a service. The insurance company only pays you 55 cents. As a patient, the insurance company makes you pay 20% deductible, which is the actual cost of the service. And the 80% that they pay covers administrative cost. It is hard for a doctor to make a living. We do all of the work and the insurance company makes all of the money. It definitely sounds like a scam to me. I think it is time for me to visit the insurance company. Here we are at the headquarters of the FUNDS Health Insurance Company. Gee, that is a nice sports car. I wonder who owns it.
Sir, welcome to FUNDS Health Insurance Company. How may I help you?
Hello, ma'am. I am Wally the Scam-Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I am here to teach the folks at home about health insurance. Is there someone that I may talk with?
Here, let me get you one of our agents. Stan.
Hi, I'm Stan, the insurance man at FUNDS Health Insurance. When it comes to your health care, we've got your back.
You mean the backside, I am here to teach the folks at home about health insurance. Can you tell me how it works?
People pay us a certain amount of money every month so that if they happen to get sick and have to go to the hospital, we pay part of the medical bills.
You pay part of the medical bills, so who pays the rest?
The patient, of course, has to pay the rest. Usually we pay 80% and they have to pay a 20% deductible.
So let me see if I have this right. They pay you money in the first place, but then you make them pay again with a deductible. Sounds a little fishy to me. Now, the way I understand it, you get people scared about their health, so they pay, let's say, $500 a month or about $6,000 a year, which if in 10 years they didn't use it, they would have wasted $60,000, which if they had saved, would have been enough to cover their health care expenses. Now, what happens if someone does get sick and has to use their health care?
We negotiate with the hospitals and the doctors to try to pay as little as possible. Deny the claim due to improper coding or some other loophole such as pre-existing condition. And if the expenses get too high, we put a cap on the expenses and drop the patient from our insurance company.
Oh, sir, I am so sorry, but the doctor did not code that diagnosis correctly. And your policy doesn't cover that procedure. I am so sorry, sir. So where does all of that money that you save from the hospitals and take from those people go?
Did you see that nice yellow sports car in front of the building? Well, that is mine.
Nice car. That is very interesting. So basically you convince people that you are doing them a favor by taking their money for health care, but they actually end up paying for it.
Well, we feel that we offer a service that gives people a peace of mind about their health care.
Peace of mind. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, sir, thank you for your time. It has been most enlightening. I don't like health insurance companies. Here, enlighten this. Health insurance company. It looks like another scam. I hope they have good health insurance. Too bad about the car. I'm just saying, until next time, this is Wallie the scam-sniffing wiener dog saying goodbye. Hi, folks. It's Wallie the scam-sniffing wiener dog. And today we are going to check out a health food store because I smell a scam.
Welcome to the all-natural health food store where everything is natural, organic, and healthy for you.
Hi, ma'am. I am Wallie the scam-sniffing wiener dog, and today I am going to expose, take the folks on a tour of a health food store.
Why don't I introduce you to our store manager? He is a doctor of herbal medicine, and he knows lots of stuff that I don't.
Like, wow, man. Welcome to our store where everything is natural, organic, and healthy. How can I help you? Well, sir, I understand you are a herbal doctor. Where did you go to school, or did you even show up for class? Anyway, what can you tell us about a health food store, because it smells like a lot of manure to me. Like all of our products are organic, so no chemicals or pesticides were used for growing them. Our herbal products have been tested for centuries by Chinese herbalist doctors, so you know that they have withstood the test of time. Do you have any research to support your claims? Like, who needs research when you have testimonials from loyal customers? So, how does this work? I notice that most of the items here look the same as normal stores, but the price is $10 higher with the word organic on the label. Of course, the extra love and care that goes into producing healthy organic foods and other products does require a little bit more labor, but it is well worth it in the long run. Yeah, right, like your retirement plan. Anyway, thank you for the information. Have you ever thought about turning this health food store into an organic farm? Why do you ask? It's just a thought. I hate health food stores. Here, organic this. Well, there you have it. Another scam busted, and I am sure with all that manure, they can have an opportunity to start that organic farm at this newly created site. I'm just saying. Until next time, this is Wallie the scam-sniffing wiener dog saying goodbye. Hi folks, this is Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog. Today we are going to visit an insurance company because I smell a scam. Hi sir, at FUNDS Insurance Company, we can insure just about anything. How can I help you? Sir, I am here to expose, show the folks at home how the insurance business works. It is very simple, my canine friend. You have something that you are afraid of losing, either by accident, fire, theft, or natural disaster, and you pay us a certain amount of money to make sure that if that happens, that you can get a replacement or money to replace it. That sounds pretty simple, but how do you stay in business? We have tables and formulas to calculate the likelihood of a certain event occurring, and we can adjust our payments or premiums based on the risk so we don't lose money. If the risk is too high, then we won't insure it. We invest the money that we get as premiums in various investment ventures. But what happens if one of those accidents or disasters occurs? We try to pay as little as possible or find a loophole to avoid paying, or we try to delay paying as long as possible so we can maximize our profits on investments. So, if the probability of an event occurring is low, how do you convince someone that they need to buy insurance? Fear, lots of fear. We create that illusion that a bad event can occur through our commercials and the news media when we know statistically the odds are very low. We also use these cute, iconic characters to convince them that we have their best interest at heart. Let me see if I have this right. You scare people into paying money on an event that the odds of it occurring are very low, but the payoff can be very high. Sort of like gambling, where people are betting on winning a jackpot, but the odds of hitting the jackpot are very low and the casino always wins. We don't like to think of it as gambling. We like to think of it as business. Yeah, right. Sounds like gambling to me. Let me ask you this. Do you carry insurance on this business? Yes, we do. Does it cover such things as rocket attacks? The chances of a rocket attack destroying this building are extremely low, so insuring this building against a rocket attack would be a waste of money. Why do you ask? Well, you never know. I don't like insurance companies. Here, insure this. Insurance companies. It looks like another scam. I hope they have good insurance coverage. I'm just saying, until next time, folks, this is Wallie the Wiener Dog saying goodbye. Hi, folks. This is Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog. Today we are going to visit a doctor and find out about medical board certification. I smell a scam. Hi, doctor. I'm Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I am here to teach the folks about internal medicine board certification. Well, Wallie, internal medicine board certification is definitely a scam. Let's say as a doctor you take the internal medicine board certification exam before 1990. You could take it and be board certified for life. After 1990, you had to take it every 10 years. Now they want you to do maintenance of certification every year and take an exam every 10 years. Doctor, that is very interesting. The reason that they say for doing this is to maintain quality of care to satisfy the insurance companies. The real reason is that they want to make more money off the backs of doctors. I would have never known. The doctors that are on this board don't see or take care of patients, but they make their money off of real doctors who see patients. The insurance companies try to pressure doctors by not paying them if they don't have this certification.
How can a doctor see patients and make a living if he has to spend time maintaining this certification to make the insurance companies happy?
It definitely sounds like a scam to me. I think it is time for me to visit the National Board of Internal Medicine. Here we are at the headquarters of the National Board of Internal Medicine. Gee, that is a nice sports car. I wonder who owns it.
Sir, welcome to National Board of Internal Medicine, where we keep the standards high and insurance companies happy. How can I help you?
Hello, ma'am. I am Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I am here to teach the folks at home about the National Board of Internal Medicine. Is there someone I can talk with?
Here, let me get you our director, Dr. Duckus Quackery.
Hi, I am Dr. Duckus Quackery, Director of the National Board of Internal Medicine, where we keep the standards high and the insurance companies happy. How may I help you?
And the doctor's unhappy. I am here to teach the folks at home about internal medicine board certification. Can you tell me how it works?
Doctors who specialize in the field of internal medicine every 10 years have to take an exam to demonstrate their proficiency in internal medicine, but recently we have upped the game by requiring them every year to do educational activities called maintenance of certification, which we designate. The health insurance companies really like this.
I am sure that they do, but don't doctors have to do continuing medical education anyway to maintain their licenses, and by seeing patients, don't they maintain their skills anyway?
I wouldn't know about maintenance of skills since I haven't seen a patient in about 20 years. Being director of this organization keeps me pretty busy. I am not even sure if this stethoscope even works, but it does look good.
So let me see if I have this right. They pay you money to take this test every 10 years, and then they have to pay more money for this maintenance of certification. But if they happen to have taken the test before 1990, they are certified for life and don't have to do any of this. And, you are administering this test, but you don't actually take care of patients. Something doesn't smell right to me.
It is entirely voluntary, so the doctors have a choice not to be board certified, but the insurance companies may not pay them for their services.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. If doctors don't get board certified or maintain their certification, then they don't get paid by the insurance company, sort of like economic blackmail.
I would not call it that. I would simply say that we are providing an incentive for doctors to improve and maintain their skills to deliver better patient care.
Yeah, right. Basically, you and your organization are a parasite feeding off of hardworking doctors, whereby you create a perceived need such as improving health care and force doctors to participate so you can make a profit.
I wouldn't say parasite. I see it as a symbiotic relationship where doctors benefit from maintaining their educational skills and we profit by providing that service.
Yeah, like I said, parasite. It seems to me that you and your organization have changed the rules over the years to increase your own profits and income.
Now, we have had to change over the years due to the various changes in healthcare, and so has our pricing to keep up with inflation.
So where does all that money that you and your organization collect from those doctors go?
Did you see that nice red sports car in front of the building? Well, that is mine, and sports cars do cost money. Nice car. That is very interesting. So basically, you increase the prices and change the rules to increase your income and pay for your lifestyle. Well, we feel that we provide a much needed service, and why shouldn't we benefit financially? Much needed service. Yeah, right. Well, anyway, sir, thank you for your time. It has been most enlightening. By the way, do you do board certification for trauma surgeons? No, not at the present time. Why do you ask? Oh, just a passing thought. I don't like parasites that prey on hard-working doctors. Here, parasite this. National Board of Internal Medicine. It looks like another scam. I hope they have some good board-certified trauma surgeons available. Too bad about the car. I am just saying. Until next time, folks, this is Wally the Wiener Dog saying goodbye.
Hi, folks. This is Wallie the Sniffing Wiener Dog. Today we are going to visit Protest or Us. I have heard rumors that these people are causing all kinds of trouble, and I smell a scam.
Sir, welcome to Protest or Us. How may I help you?
Hello, ma'am. I am Wallie the Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I am here to teach the folks at home about protesting. Is there someone that I may talk with?
Here, let me get you our director, Dolph.
Hi, I'm Dolph. I understand you are interested in protesting. You have come to the right place. Dolph, can you tell us how this works? Let's just say that you have an issue that you would like to bring to the public's attention. For example, over the years, clowns have gotten a bad reputation of scaring small children. So you form an organization called Clowns Lives Matter, whose purpose is to stop the persecution of clowns. We would organize a spontaneous protest to call attention to your issue and hopefully convince the public that this is a major issue that needs to be addressed. Of course, just waving signs is an old and worn out technique, so we add a little excitement and get the media and the police involved to draw attention to this issue. Sort of like the Nazis' Kristallnacht prior to World War II to draw attention to the Jews. I wouldn't go that far because we are progressive in our views, whereas the Nazis were very close-minded. You mean like progressive to the extent that the government controls every aspect of people's lives? Anyway, how does one get involved with protesting? We hire like-minded people. We even hire convicted felons because everyone should get a second chance when we pay them a generous salary of $1,500 a week when they get to travel to different parts of the country where their services are needed. Are there any benefits? We provide our employees with valuable life skills such as acting, organization, sign painting, graffiti art, fighting skills, and training in the fine art of general mayhem. We also provide health care and legal representation if an employee happens to get arrested, of course. The salary is tax-free because what the government doesn't know won't hurt them. And we can save our clients some money. So let me see if I have this straight. You have a rich client who wants to advance their social issue, and you provide the protesters for that issue, and your client decides which social issues are important. We simply provide a service to fulfill a need for protesting social injustice. So, who were these clients? Usually some progressive thinking millionaire or billionaire who has some type of agenda that they want to advance, but they do not want to get their hands dirty. We simply provide the employees and the equipment that they need to get the job done. I notice that with some of your protests that there are riots, looting, arson, and destruction of property. In the protest game, one has to break a few eggs to make an omelet, so to speak, because simple protest signs are old school. It still sounds like the Nazis, but anyway, thanks for the information. It seems that staging protest has become a big business, where rich power brokers have a tool to advance their own social agenda. Definitely sounds like a scam to me. I don't like protesters. Here, protest this. It sure looks like protests don't really represent the views of the people, but are simply tools for elitists to advance their various causes. I sure hope that they had a good fire insurance policy. Until next time, this is Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog saying bye-bye for now. Hi folks, it's your old pal Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog. Today we are at Just the Facts, Fact Checkers, because I smell a scam. Gee, those Democrat Party signs seem kind of strange. Howdy, ma'am. I'm Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I am here to expose, show folks at home what goes on with fact checkers. I was looking at your wall, impressive collection of clients you have there.
We are proud of the work that we do for our clients. Let me take you to our offices.
Welcome to Just a Fact, Fact Checkers Incorporated. Let me get our director Dolph to show you around.
Thank you, ma'am. Dolph, that sounds familiar. Hi, I am Dolph. Welcome to Just the Facts, Fact Checkers Incorporated. Hi, I am Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I was wondering if you could show me around. By the way, where are you from? I am from Argentina. Let me get my main man, Joseph G, to show you around. Welcome. Let me show you around. Here we have Mildred, who is responsible for fact-checking things posted on TV and radio.
We think of the press as a great keyboard on which the government can play. Not every item of news should be published. Rather must those who control news policies endeavor to make every item of news serve a certain purpose.
Gee, that's a very interesting quote. Sounds like something that Joseph Goebbels might say. Here is Heinrich. He monitors social media.
Hi, I'm Heinrich. A great man once said, "It is quite a special secret pleasure how the people around us fail to realize what is really happening to them."
I wonder who said that. Maybe Adolf Hitler? Here is Rudolph. He is in charge of fact-checking literature. What is with the furnace? Any books that we find offensive, we simply burn. But you're burning books like Little Red Riding Hood, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and the Three Little Pigs? Little Red Riding Hood is misogynistic towards women. Snow White is racist against little people. Three Little Pigs, capitalist and anti-government. Something tells me that you're taking things a little too far. It sounds like a scam to me. Here, fact check this. It looks like the Just the Facts Fact Checkers Incorporated got blown up. I wonder what kind of spin they can put on that. Until next time, this is Wally the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog saying bye for now. Hi, folks. It's your old pal, Wally the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog at this electric car dealership, and I smell a scam. Let's go inside. Hi, sir. How are you? You look like you are in the market for an electric car. Maybe a sports model to impress the ladies. Hi, sir. I am here to show the folks about electric cars. Well, you have come to the right place. We are the wave of the future, the new Green Deal. The new Green Deal? How does that work? Well, we get rid of fossil fuels such as oil and have everyone drive electric cars. But aren't fossil fuels used to generate electricity and make things, such as plastic, that are needed to make the car? How do you plan to generate electricity to run the cars? We can use windmills and solar power. But windmills and solar panels don't work when it snows or when there is no wind or is dark. What do you do then? The current power grid can't support the addition of electric car charging stations. We will just get Dingleberry, the electrical fairy, to supply electricity. So how much do these electric cars cost and how far can they go? They start at about $30,000 for a basic model and might be able to go 2 to 300 miles on a single charge. Wow, that is a lot of money for a car that only goes 2 to 300 miles. Won't be taking any long trips with that one. I may be a simple wiener dog, but that sounds like a scam to me. Electric cars are scam. Scam this. Electric cars sound like a good idea until you look at how fossil fuels are necessary for building them and supplying electricity for them. In other words, it's a scam. Until next time, this is Wally the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog saying bye-bye. Why are these people gluing themselves to gas pumps? It seems kind of silly to me. Excuse me, sir. Why are all those people glued to your gas pumps? They are anti-oil protesters, and they are protesting fossil fuels, but it is hurting my business. Anti-oil protesters? It sounds like a scam, and a job for me, Wally the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog, to check it out. Here I am at Climate Change Headquarters. I need to check it out.
Welcome to Change the World Headquarters. How can I help you?
Howdy, ma'am. I'm Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog, and I want to teach the folks at home about climate change.
Well, let me introduce you to our director, John Cares a Lot.
Hi, sir. I'm Wallie the Scam Sniffing Wiener Dog. Has anyone ever told you that you remind me of that John Kerry guy?
I've heard that a lot. Maybe it's because of these bolts in my neck.
Well, what can you tell me about your organization?
Well, here we have our famous spokesperson, Regretta Thorninside.
How dare you! I shouldn't even be here. I should be back in school.
Then over here we have our organized climate protesters. We have them outfitted for different occasions.
But some scientists say that global warming is a hoax.
Those scientists obviously are not receiving grant money from us.
But isn't oil and fossil fuel necessary to supply the energy that's used to manufacture and charge electric cars, for making windmills, and also for making solar panels?
That may be the case, but we are obligated by our sponsors to comply with their wishes to achieve their agenda, which is promotion of electric cars, windmills, and solar farms. So basically, it's the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. Gee, that sounds like a scam to me. I hate climate change protesters. Here, protest this. I wonder if they're going to blame climate change on this one. It looks like climate change is just another scam to make money at taxpayers' expense. Until next time, this is Wally the scam-sniffing wiener dog saying bye-bye.
Wallie the scam-sniffing wiener dog. Wiener dog. Wiener dog. Wallie the scam-sniffing wiener dog.
We'll bust your scam.